My name is Narmela Sargis, and I'm a senior project manager at Pacific Life. One of the best things for me from Crestcom was I call it the MBA for leadership. If you are a leader, if you want to become a leader, this is the program for you. Everything that I learned, I was able to apply to my projects or programs, or even the conversations that I had with my manager. I would attend the session on Thursday, go back at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and meet with my manager and say, here's what I learned today, and here's how we can apply it to our organization, to our group, to this project, to that project. There was so much that I learned from communications, from risk management, from just being a leader, just being able to speak up and not be afraid, which I was one of the biggest challenges I had, was speaking up. And that helped me just get in there and ask questions. And I also, one of the best things that I got from that, because there's role playing when you do these activities, at one point, we were the employees and we were given a bad news. And all of us were like, the managers never care, the managers don't care. Then the roles were reversed and we were the managers and we saw the background of that. And so now I have so much more appreciation and respect for management. When bad news is delivered, I don't see it as in, oh, they don't care, it's intentional. So I learned a lot from that. 99.9% of the trainings that I've been to have always been, you sit there and someone's talking and they're teaching you. What I love about Crestcom was it was very interactive. We actually did role playing. There was test cases or scenarios that we played out. Not only I got to meet amazing people in my, the 1 year program that I attended the class, and I still keep in touch with them, but I learned from them. They all came from different walks of life. There was VPs, SVPs, there were managers, there were program managers. So I learned things from them, but my favorite part was when we actually broke out into working sessions and we worked together and we role played and we saw both sides of it. No matter what the story or the scenario was, we saw both sides and we learned how to deal with it. One of the action plans that I used at Cisco was how we were managing our reporting to the CIO. Basically, we were spending hours and hours and hours just putting data together, putting slides together. And I put an action plan together of interviewing all the managers, getting the data, asking them what is their top 3 things that keeps them up at night. So I was able to build an actual action plan with steps and what I needed to do. And then I executed it by meeting with the directors, by meeting with the VPs. And then at the end, I was able to reduce our planning for just reporting to the CIO, which was on a quarterly basis, from literally 40 hours of planning to about 3. That was huge for me. Outside of work, it gave me the confidence that I needed. I have a lot of experience, I have degrees, but I always lacked, I lacked that the belief about myself. So by attending Crestcom, by being kind of motivated to stand up, to speak up, to present, because you do that. You're going to have to, as a part of the group, you get selected as a leader. If you're not selected, you're voluntold. You get up and you actually speak up, you present. And so that helped me. Now I'm so confident when I present, no matter if it's a volunteer work that I do at an event or if it's a meeting that I'm having with the C-level, doesn't matter. My confidence level skyrocketed after attending Crestcom leadership. So I applied it throughout my career at Cisco. Then later on, every company I worked at, I approached it the same way. I took whatever I learned and I brought it to that company. I'm doing the same thing right now with Pacific Life, which is a company I'm at, and bringing that. And I'm hoping that more and more people would sign up and take the training because I know the long-term benefits. It's like a change that happens in you that you can't really explain, but you go from, I'm not an extrovert. I mean, I'm not an introvert, I'm an extrovert, but I always lacked, again, the confidence. So this program allowed me to feel like a leader, learn how to be a leader, and then act like a leader. And that has stayed with me. It was a training that changed my life.